When you look at high school graduation numbers, there's some good news. Overall, they're up, setting records, in fact. And research tells us students with diplomas will do better in the 21st century economy. But graduation still eludes many young people, and for those who do graduate, well, our guest tonight will say the work can't stop there. Tonight, beyond the books, what can a mentor mean for a student's chances of success? Joining us, Tyel McNary, an alumni of a program we're excited to hear and see more of tonight, the Gentlemen of Vision STEP team. Marlon Warden, the founder of the Gentlemen of Vision and counselor at Riverview Gardens High School. Jim Kircher, Senior Director of Content here at the 9 Network and co-director of the documentary GOV, Gentlemen of Vision. And Becky Hatter, the President and CEO of Big Brothers Big Sisters of Eastern Missouri. Tonight we hear from those making a difference and someone who knows what the work of a mentor can mean. So stay tuned. Stay Tuned brings together local experts, journalists, civic leaders, and regular people to have tough conversations for a stronger St. Louis. Add your voice to our conversation, and you're at the table as we stay on top of current events and go deeper, bringing more light and less heat to the issues that matter. From the 9 Network of Public Media in Grand Center, this is Stay Tuned. 15 to the roll.
45. You like winning, right?
Yes, sir.
What about being successful in life? Y'all like being successful?
Yes, sir.
What about school? You like to be on honor roll?
Yes, sir.
You don't know what stepping is? We're not dancers. Stepping is derived from Africa.
Stop! Move me!
Why would I want to be the next black male to get locked up? If you can get 40 black males without no arguments and nothing violent.
This should be high stepping, boom, boom, boom.
You are who you come from. That's not the way I see it. I see it as motivation.
My fault, sir. Is it my fault or your fault? My fault.
What if I told you you can fulfill all those dreams, but that you all lost all of your national competitions? Future is in whose hands? Can't hear you.
This is where I come from. That's all I'll ever be. That's not the way I see it.
100% of Gentlemen of Vision guys graduate from high school. 100% go to college. Are we ready to practice?
Yes, sir.
Are we ready to practice?
Yes, sir.
I don't know what you're doing. Boom. When you walk through these doors, you said, I want to be great.
Yes, sir.
Having seen the version that aired nationally on PBS, I get goosebumps just seeing that trailer right there, and I'm excited to see the director's cut that we should mention, GOV, Gentlemen of Vision, will be screening at the St. Louis International Film Festival Thursday, November 10th, 7:30 in the Rittner High School Auditorium. I want to learn a couple of things tonight. I want to learn more about GOV. I want to learn more about how we can replicate the success you've had there, maybe on an individual basis, if not in a program like you've done there. But so Marlon, I'll start with you.
Okay.
Why did you start it? Tell us a little bit about GOV.
As a counselor in a high school setting, you know, outside of the young men participating in sports and a few other clubs, there's really nothing else for these young people to engage in. And so I kind of just observed the culture and just got a handle to say there's something else that needs to be done. My background, I'm a member of Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated. So in college, I was a part of a STEP team, and it kind of helped shape me during that time. And so looking around, I just, witnessed a lot of young men gravitating to me, and they just were wanting more. And so before you know it, we were at meetings organizing and discussing, forming an organization. And once we started it in 2010, I mean, it's almost been magical. These guys have been national champions ever since we formed it.
And like we're talking about tonight, you have 100% graduation rate.
100% of these guys. The process is so rigorous with us being in these guys' ears about college, about life, about plans, about goals, that 100% of them have plans and goals. They don't want to hear our mouth anymore, I guess. So they enroll in college and they're doing great things in college.
And you know, you're in a district too, and a number of districts you draw from that don't have high graduation rates.
Yeah.
So if you're talking 100% for a group, that's, you know, that's a pretty great accomplishment.
Is that what drew you guys to this film, Jim? Was it the graduation rate, or was it something more?
No, I think initially when Frank Popper went out and we were shooting some other stories, and they came across The Gentleman of Vision and came back and said, yeah, we got to do a story about these guys. We wanted to make sure that this wasn't like, oh, it's the Bad News Bears. These, you know, there's so much more to it than are they going to win or lose their competition. And I think that's really what the discussion is about, is how much more it is than just being a good stepper. You can talk more about that. And Tyel, you can talk about that too.
Definitely.
Well, he said people were kind of drawn to him. How was this? Did you know you were looking for what he says you were? I guess.
Absolutely not. When I joined Gentleman of Vision, I won't even tell a fib. I was totally joining the step team for a girl. I was chasing a girl. She was a stepper. She's like, I'm on the step team. I'm like, well, I clearly need to be on the step team. She's like, well, you can't join my step team. It's for all girls. But I introduced you to Mr. Warden. Mr. Warden introduced me to a couple of guys that were already in the program. And they was just, the way they carried themselves around campus, the way they spoke to me, like our conversation was different. We were having intellectual conversations over lunch. And, you know, in high school about debates and politics and things like that. And it was just a different atmosphere to be in, so I gravitated towards the group and joined in 2010 and graduated. I'm still a strong mentor. I never let it go. It's in my heart.
Did it change you?
Definitely. And GOB instilled a lot of respect and discipline into me. Just those are the two major keys: having integrity, just instilling core values into a young man that help you develop into a man. You know, everybody doesn't have that father figure or a male figure to look up to at home. And Mr. Warden, along with the rest of the staff of Gentleman of Vision, it runs so deep. It's just a super extensive network of people who want to help you grow and be better.
I can hear you saying, agreeing with.
Amen.
Amen. So, how valuable is that, and how do we get it to more people?
Well, how valuable is it? A life changed, and then he'll change another life. I mean, it's just invaluable. It is life. It is what you really have to give. So congratulations, amazing. Yeah, I don't know. How do we get more people to do it, right? I've been doing this for 28 years. We have 1,000 kids on a waiting list. We were talking tonight and said we really don't have we don't have kid problems, we don't have youth problems, we have adult problems. We need more adults that take young people and give them a sense of respect. I mean, we have to give it to them in order for them to have it. And so this community, we have an amazing opportunity in St. Louis. We've got leaders in this community, but I don't know how to get more to do it. I hope this helps to talk and see what it does for young people.
We're diving right into the mentor aspect of this conversation. Let's take another look at another clip from GOV that speaks to this aspect. Okay.
Mr. Warden was my junior counselor in high school.
Mr. Warden speaking.
I still get coached by Mr. Warden on a daily basis. Not even just at practice, but even about life. And I think he has been there for pretty much everyone that's been in the organization. You know, he's been a daddy figure for some. He's been a big brother figure for some. He's been an uncle for some. He's always been an inspirational male figure that anyone can count on.
He knows how to step in the kid's shoes so he can have fun. He could be ghetto. He could be proper. He could be funny. All at once.
Get done. I'm sick of this, man. You are failing. That's a 59. Cause your performance grade be an A in there. You know what I'm saying? A, B, C, perhaps.
It
D.
was just a B yesterday. I don't know how it went down.
One day, James. One
Yeah,
day.
I'm telling you.
It's always something. Like it's gotta be the hard way. Damn.
He got it all. He's able to do it all, and that makes him more of what he is today. Just a lifesaver.
Is them blazers straight, new guy? Yes, sir. I didn't hear you, Bam. Is that clear? Yes, sir.
When I first joined GOV, I didn't like Warden at all because I always thought he was picking on me. But I actually got in the car with him and talked to him, had a long conversation with him. And he said he saw potential in me. And I was like, how do you see potential in me if you riding me 24/7? He was like, it's a method. I was like, okay, whatever. But as time goes on, I actually see like he wants good for me. Like he wants good for everybody in the program. He just has a weird way of showing it.
Was there a mentor in your life?
Yes, there were several mentors. When I went to college on my campus, Jarvis Christian College in Texas, there was a gentleman that just helped me with everything, like just showed me the ropes. And that meant so much to me that I realized that a person can really impact you. And from there, I just kind of caught fire with like wanting to help other people.
And so, we're sitting here now, we're talking about the success that you've had, but I gotta believe there are times when you're wondering if it will turn out well, if an individual will fall off the path.
Yes, there are a lot of barriers to this work. There are a lot of things that in the world that the young people engage in that I have to redirect them, you know, or try to get them to steer clear of. And it's ongoing. Every year I take in probably 20 to 30 new guys, and it's like starting all over. And there are days when I go home and I just pass out on the bed, like, you know, and I don't even know how I get up the next morning, but I'm back at it, you know. And usually by the end of that school year, you know, these guys are at another level.
You know, one of the things that impressed me, Casey, was Tyel was talking about the choices in the lives of these kids, the options they have of which way to go. You said in the film you got advantages either way you go, whether you're going out the streets with your buddies or you're going in with GOV. These kids come out looking really good because they're good kids, but their lives can be pretty tough out there. I mean, what are those choices, you know?
Definitely. A lot of times, well, a lot of times it's the same problems that you see in the inner city. You tempted by drugs, you tempted to go dib and dab in a whole lot of things that you shouldn't dib and dab in. Getting locked up at a young age, getting that record, making it that much harder for you to get your degree, making it that much harder for you to get your diploma, making it that much harder for you to get a job, period. So, but at the same time, it's kind of like it's bad, but it's our cultural norm. You know, they trying to, it's normal to almost fail for us, you know, because nobody's holding us to a higher standard. So when you look at GOV and you come in there from day one, we expect an excellence. We're gonna take you how you are, but you are going to improve. You're gonna make strides to be better. And when somebody holds you at a higher standard and that bar is raised and you have something to reach at versus you just getting up trying to make it every day, then that makes a world of difference. And
you talked about too, you and I were talking about in making of this film, you hate to call it benefits of joining a gang, but there are structures or people got your back or different things that you're choosing between.
Right. So being cool, like I said, it's perceived as like this thing where I know he got my back. I know I don't have to worry about anything. If I'm down bad, they'll look out on me, but it's a short-term thinking. It's a short-term, you can't see far enough in the future to see that it's not really a benefit, because these same people are gonna be birds of a feather flock together. So these same people, when you decide to turn around and get your life right, are gonna be the same people that hold you down and hold you back and continue to put you in situations where you cannot be successful, and when you'll fail and get in trouble and won't.
And so were you born with that long-term vision you have now, or did that come from having a mentor in your life?
I'm different. I've always been very ambitious. I've always sought out ways to better myself and sought out ways to be successful in the long term. So seeing an organization like Gentleman Division, it just called my name. Of course, it was for the girl, but once I got into it, it was something that I would never leave, you know, afterwards, you know, the community service that I was able to see. And like you said, it's 100% college rate. So from my freshman year to my senior year, I watched 3 classes of seniors graduate and go off to college. And so I wasn't gonna be the one to not go to college after I watched all my big brothers go, so.
And then we're talking probably 90% first generation college students. So for them to see that, and that's one of the things we incorporate every time we go out of town, every time we go anywhere, we do a college visit so that won't be something that they haven't been exposed to.
You know what? Let's take a look at that, exactly what you're talking about. Another clip from GOV.
Every time we go out of town, we take a college visit. We like to introduce this to them at such a young age every year, 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, on up to 12th. So they are gaining more comfort in doing these things. So now we have our seniors that cannot wait to leave and go to college.
You're not gonna know that bag big until you go to the room and see me on your socks. We are the GOV. Champions can't be beat. We are the GOV.
We meet up with one of our fraternity brothers. Show us around this college. Give us some history of this college. Give me a little background of this college.
Students as well. We attend school here. We take classes here. We do mentoring too. So we help younger students like yourselves or let you know what you should expect. Nobody's telling you to do anything. You have to manage your time when it's going to class.
We have some going to Howard. We have some going to Lincoln University, some going to University of Kansas City. We have them going all over the place, and they cannot wait because they already got the exposure. They already know what to expect when they get there. And they believe in themselves. They know that they can do it. They know that they can do it, and they will do it.
Zero through outro.
When Mr. Warden came up with this vision, it was not only just about stepping, it was about really mentoring. It was really about training up the new generation to think a little bit differently, to also showcase that we're capable when we're told we're not. When people of color are told that they're not capable of doing something. He grounded us. He gave us that root. He told us, where we come from and where we're going.
Yes, sir. Y'all know where y'all lines at? Yes, sir. Intro formation? Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Intro line. Intro line.
Get your face right, man.
Becky, not all of us are born with the ambitions that Tyel was talking about right there. So how does an individual, can an individual raise expectations for someone for a kind of big, for a little? Yeah. Is that a skill that you can learn as a mentor and do this on an individual basis?
Oh, sure. I mean, I think it's simple, and I think it can also be trained. So the comment of, I have expectations for you. I've had a little sister. She is now 28 years old. I was matched with her when she was 8. And so she's had lots of diversions. I did too, though, right? So I get that. But I remember one particular day, I told her I was going to pick her up at this time, and she wasn't there, and she just kind of stayed out that night, and all this kind of stuff. And I just finally said, you know what? You're better than this. And when you decide to live up to who you are, you call me back, because you can hang out with all of them. I'm fine with that, but you don't bring me your worst. I love you. You call me when you get home. I think when adults tell kids, you're great, you're better than that, I'm not going to put up with your lease because I know who you are, they get better. I get better. Like, I've been, as an adult, someone has looked at me and said, Becky, you're better than that. And it's like, oh, man. And I am 54 years old. I should be grown by now. And every now and then I fail. And somebody says, you're better than that. And then you live up to it, right? Because you know you're better than that.
We've heard so many times throughout the whole American Graduate stuff, how many kids never had one adult in their life? Yeah. Not one. Ask them a question, show any interest, let alone hit some expectations for them. And so the ability for one individual to step in and do that, and very often it's a teacher. Obviously, very often it's a family member, but a lot of people don't have the family members to do that.
I've never met a young person, ever, in 28 years, that if you looked at them and they trusted you, and you told them, I know you can do better than this, I know who you are, that they would not respond. But there's just not enough people saying that, right? When a kid goes off the path, we give up. And it's like, why give up?
Also, Also having using gentleman division as an example, having a group of peers around you, you know, that are all your age and you all are like-minded. We all want to succeed. We all want to be better. So not only does Warden hold me to a higher standard, but my brother right here next to me holds a higher standard. And I'm accountable for him and he's accountable for me. So we keep each other on the straight and narrow. So it's a lot of different ways, you know, to hit that.
That seems invaluable and just really lucky that you guys have that and that you created that, because you mentioned sports in the beginning. Gosh, there are plenty of sports teams that don't have the discipline that I saw in GOV.
Stepping is some work. That's what I'm gonna say.
You ought to see the scene after one of their performances with the ice packs and the inhalers, and you know,
crutches,
yeah,
gas.
yeah. One of the things that impressed me, and you mentioned it too, but just being around your organization, is that the generation that goes through wants to come back. You said it. The dream is to have your own step team. Yeah. I think you said it about bigs and littles growing up and wanting to do that.
Yes.
And so you must see that a lot. I think part of it is because guys don't want to leave.
Right. Yeah,
they don't want to leave the brotherhood. Right?
Just today, I had to leave a little early, and one of my graduates, or he's in college right now, he came in and said, "You know what, Mr. Warden, you're busy today. I want to run practice." And you know, I didn't even know he was coming, but these guys continue to pop up, and every time I talk to them, they're doing good things, and that just makes me feel wonderful, because at the time when I started the program, that wasn't even my thought. It was just doing something to help these young men to be productive. And now it's just blossoming into this whole big thing that is way beyond my imagination.
And we started the show by talking about what graduation rates are doing right now. They're up. They're up in Missouri and Illinois even more than the national increases. Mm-hmm. Is it about more though than just graduating for what you want to see for your gentleman of vision?
Yeah, I just want these guys to dream and to pretty much fulfill. Like a lot of these, when you talk to these young men, they have big dreams, and a lot of times with nobody kind of helping them to plan those steps. You know, you check back with them, they haven't done anything. So that's what we've been able to do, is help them to follow the steps, because again, most of them have a lot of big dreams.
Breaking down those dreams
to
short-term goals.
There you go, to chunks, and helping them to go on that college campus and graduate, not go on there and party their way right at the back of the campus, but to leave there with paperwork where they can continue to follow their dreams, and that's the secret right there.
And I'm guessing too, to demystify some, you're talking about, was it 90% you said first generation college? Yeah. Demystifying some of the process,
exactly.
Setting the bar higher, and just kind of, I know that was the case for me going off to college, was what's a hour of a class? I had no idea what they were talking about.
That's why those college visits come in handy though. Like when you end the program, you're like, oh, here we go again, college visits, but all of that resonates with you and it all sticks with you. So when you get to school, you're like, oh, I know I need to go see this counselor. I know I need to go do this. I know I need to go do that. And so you're not really lost in the sauce. Warden's favorite thing to say while we in high school is graduate, honor roll, get them grades right, fix your situation. After you graduate, his favorite thing to say, stay in school, get the degree. To get the degree, don't you come back home,
So encourage me. Tell me that not everyone's going to get to be on a nationally ranked national championship team.
Yes.
How do we do this for individual kids?
So everything that they are talking about, the encouragement, sense of discipline, introduction to college, Big Brothers and Big Sisters would fully support that. We are now staying with our little brothers and little sisters through the age of 25. We're the first organization in the nation to do it. It used to be a time when kids could graduate from high school and, you know, high-fi and you're off. But that path, that 18 to 25 is really treacherous. So we're very proud. 95% of our little brothers and little sisters are graduating from high school, and about 75% of them are entering college, which is either trade school or a 4-year. But we're now tracking what we call their 3 E's. Are they enrolled in college or trade? Are they enlisted in the military? Have they gone immediately to employment and finding a different path? So I just think it is so hopeful. And I think the one thing that we know it, common sense tells us that, life experience tells us, and so does research. You have to have someone that opens these doors for you to show you things you've never seen before, to tell you that you can walk down that path. You just have to have people that believe in you, are going to be there for you, and pass on these amazing values. It is absolutely possible.
So speaking of demystifying, demystify the mentoring. You know, people think, gosh, I don't have that kind of time. I don't have a calling.
Yes, no.
I'm guessing you would say more people can do this than think they can. You said you have an adult problem. You have an adult shortage.
Yeah, so I think we make mentoring hard and something. And mentoring is simply, as we define it, is one person saying to another one, I'll be there. I will be there to support, guide, coach, interrupt, redirect, love you. You, just you. And at Big Brothers and Big Sisters, because it's one-to-one. The mentor doesn't sign up to say, I'm going to fix you. They don't sign up to say, I am here at 3 o'clock on Thursday every Thursday. This is a relationship. What people have to understand about mentoring is it's not a service, it is a relationship. They have a relationship that is built in trust and endurance. And that is what a mentor does. So the good news is, at least for Big Brothers, Big Sisters, you really don't have an excuse of time. You're going to go out to eat at some point this week. Just go pick up your little brother or little sister. You're going to lay on the couch and watch the football game. Get your little brother. So that's just not quite, time's really not the problem.
We'll leave it on that and remind folks that the GOV screening, St. Louis International Film Festival, Thursday, November 10th, 7:30, Rittner High School Auditorium for the director's cut. Thank you all for being here, and thanks for what you do.
Thank you.
Pleasure talking to you. Thank you so much.